So you were the one making all that noise out there, huh? Well, no need to have you stay in the cold. Please, come in, warm those bones. Close the door behind you, would you? Just stoke the fire. Have a seat. Pardon the mess. Every old crypt tends to gather some clutter after a little while. Skulls, candles, teenagers seeking the devil, all the usual wait, no. Don't sit there. That's Edgar's chair. Please, no, don't. No, get back. No. Out. Fuck you, Edgar. Get back. No. Oh, don't mind him. He's fine. His bark is way worse than his bite. Welcome, my fellow cryptids, to the weird and the wicked. A little corner of the world where the lights are dim, the tea is scalding hot, and the conversation drifts from the slightly strange to the positively supernatural. I'm your host, your favorite spooky Uncle Andrew. That one relative your parents warned you about. This, my little fiends, is a sanctuary for the outcasts, for the witches, the weirdos, and the creatures of the night. So pop a squat and stay a while, kiddo. Come on, let's make some mischief, shall we? October, the start of spooky season. That time of the year when the frost hits the air just right, the moon rides high in the night, and suddenly everyone loves what lurks in the dark. The mundanes come out in droves for their pumpkin spice potions, and artificial blood and gore dots the suburban neighborhoods. The ghosts and ghouls come out to play, and for one whole month, the world pretends to be just like us. So here's the thing. I love Halloween. I always have and I always will. The smells, the colors, the fake blood that never really washes out. But have you ever stopped and wondered why we do all of this? Why do we dress up like the dead and throw fairly mid parties about it? Tonight, as a part of my introduction to you, my little monsters, I want to pull back the mask a bit, take a peek at the history beneath the glitter and plastic fangs. Because like most weird and beautiful things, Halloween started off as something a lot older and a lot stranger. See, before the overpriced haunted hayrides and those very confusing feelings about Ghostface, Halloween, or Samhain for those witches out there, was something much more interesting. Picture it. 2,000 years ago in the misty hills of Ireland, the Celts are marking the end of the harvest and the beginning of the long, cold half of the year. The veil between the worlds, that delicate membrane between the living and the dead, grows thinner by the day. And for these lovely people, that wasn't a metaphor. It was a fact of life. They believed the spirits could walk freely among the hills, that ancestors could come home to visit, and not all of them were as friendly as your friendly neighborhood Casper. So what do you do when the dead come out to play and the darkness demands its pound of flesh? Well, you light great balefires, you wear disguises to confuse the wayward spirits. You leave offerings of, apples, bread, a bit of milk, maybe a spare child or two, to appease whatever might come knocking in the night. That, my dear listeners, was the first instance of a trick or treat. No fun-sized Snickers or candy apples. No rubber masks or an increased risk of diabetes. Just frightful fun for the ghouls and ghosts. Over time, that festival of fire and fear met the peaceful practices of Christianity, as most of the cool stuff inevitably did, and was baptized as All Hallows Eve, the night before All Saints' Day. But in true stubborn Irish fashion, the church couldn't snuff out the old pagan fire completely. So they did what they always do. They rebranded it when erasing it wouldn't work. Don't fear the spirits, they said. Honor the completely new and not at all repackaged gods, I mean saints. Yes. Don't light bonfires, they said. Light candles for the holy dead. No, it's not the same thing. Shut up. And yet, the people in their quiet rebellion kept their masks, their pranks, and their mischief. They still knew deep down that there were things shifting in the dark. And then, of course, came the Americans. Through waves of Irish immigration, the Old World Samhain crossed the sea. In the colonies, the Irish threw harvest festivals and play parties where people would don costumes, tell stories, and sing songs well into the night. Not quite Halloween yet, but it certainly did lay the groundwork for something beautiful. As more Irish families arrived, especially during the potato famine, they brought their old traditions and a few new ones too. Just like the carving of turnips in the likeness of Stingy Jack to ward off wicked spirits. Who's Jack, I pretend to hear you say? I'm so glad, you fake ass. You see, legend says that he was an Irishman who tricked the devil several times, and then, when he died, he was denied both heaven and hell. The devil, amused, gave Jack a lump of burning coal to light his endless wandering through the wastes of the world, and Jack, in his infinite wisdom, placed it in a hollowed-out turnip, as one does, and thus the Jack-o'-lantern was born. Then, of course, when Irish immigrants discovered pumpkins in America, they ditched the turnips and found a much better canvas for their craft. And so the Halloween staple we all know and are still cleaning the guts off of ourselves from was born. The Jack-o'-lantern. Oh yes, leave it to us to take an ancient night of necromancy and turn it into an excuse for sugar binges and spirit Halloween stores popping up in the carcasses of dead shopping malls everywhere. We made it bigger, louder, sillier, and honestly, I kind of love that. Because let's face it, Halloween needed to evolve. It's a holiday that belongs to the people, not the preachers, the politicians, or those really judgmental types that we don't really like to talk about. It's the yearly masquerade where we can say, tonight, I'll be who I truly am, or I'll be who I've always wanted to be. And that, my little monsters, is the magic. The reason for the season. But make no mistake, beneath the candy wrappers and religious pamphlets, the old bones still rattle. Every jack-o'-lantern is a skull with a smile. Every costume is a shadow of the masks we've always worn. And every time you step into the autumn night and feel the cold breeze smelling faintly of smoke and mystery, that is the spirit of Samhain, reminding you that it never really left. Halloween is the world's most polite haunting. It's the one night when the dead are invited to the party, and the living pretend not to notice. So when you light your candles this year, or dip into your cauldron of cheap candy, spare a thought for those who came before. The farmers, the firekeepers, the druidic weirdos who kept the flame alive through all those centuries of change. They'd be proud of you. I know I certainly am. Especially if you're the one still out there in the dark, carving faces into pumpkins, whispering to the wind and knowing deep in your bones that this night isn't about fear, it's about connection. The living, the dead, the weird and the wicked, all sitting around the same fire. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really must stop Edgar from eating the trick-or-treaters again. He insists they're full of sugar, and I keep telling him that's not the point. There they go again. Ah, my little deviants, our hour together wanes. The candles flicker low, and the night grows impatient. Even the shadows are starting to gossip. Remember this, my little monsters. Curiosity is a compass. Mischief is an art form. And the world will always try to tame what it doesn't understand. Don't let it. Be the example that makes their blood run cold, and never apologize for the magic that makes you different. I've been your spooky Uncle Andrew, and this has been the first installment of The Wyrd and the Wicked, your little haunt away from home. Until next time, my fiends, keep your candles lit, your hearts open to darkness, and your secrets deliciously wicked.